Hey there, my traveling Pisces peeps. All right, so the world is getting back to normal. Things are starting to open up. People are starting to travel. And one of the biggest questions that we've been getting via emails and our videos is, what about cruises? So that got me thinking, yeah, what about the cruises? So this is a great question. So we've reached out to most of the major cruise lines to see when they're going to get back to sailing. And here is what we have found out.
What's up?
All right, so I'm going to start with Royal Caribbean. As of this morning, before we started filming, they were booking cruises leaving out of some ports as early as July. But right before I started filming this, I did receive notification from RC that they are now suspending their cruises that they just started booking for July and are pushing everything back until August 1st. So if you had a cruise ship coming up and it wasn't until July you thought, hey, you were safe, think again. So here we go. There's going to be more people out there wanting to get the credits and getting refunds. But I mean, still, the credit is still a great option because you can use it towards a future cruise, but it really just depends on you. Luckily, they are still being lenient as far as you deciding whether you want to get a credit or a refund. So again, they had cruise ships going out as early as I'm sorry, it wasn't as early as June or July. It was as early as June 12th. They had ports open up for Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Port Canaveral, all in Florida, of course, going out June 12th. And then they had Alaska cruises going out June 30th. Quebec is still pushed back to September 4th. British Columbia was July 5th. Baltimore, New Orleans, and Galveston, and New Jersey, they were all going out starting between June 13th and June 20th. But if you had something booked for one of those ports, go ahead. If you haven't heard from Royal Caribbean yet, give them a call because, like I said, we just received notification that they're pushing back all of their cruises that they already had scheduled to August 1st. All right, so that is it for Royal. Let's see, who's next? Let's go ahead with Carnival. Carnival, so far, they only have a few ports that they're starting to book out of. Galveston, the first cruise that they have going out is August 8th. Miami, August 1st. And Port Canaveral, August 3rd. So far, they still have them booked. In fact, Carnival says that, they just announced that, they were starting to book for those, and they have been inundated with people just calling and wanting to schedule. Like they are booking out very quickly and staying very busy. So hopefully that just means that, people are ready to get back out cruising. They're hopeful that the cruise lines are doing what they're promising to do and put more health procedures in place, more sanitation procedures. Yeah, so that is Carnival. And then let's go to Norwegian. Norwegian, again, they've got, looks like they're starting to book out for several ports, but they are still out a few months. Miami is their earliest. They've got some cruises going out August 2nd, and then Port Canaveral going out August 4th. LA, they're not booking out until October 18th, and then they've got some leaving out of Puerto Rico December 6th. Oh, and Tampa, they've got November 29th, and New Orleans is November 22nd. So the earliest, depending on where you want to sail out of, they're starting to book as of August as well. All right, so Disney, let's go ahead and talk about the mouse. They do show that they are currently booking for some cruises out of Orlando, the Mouse's house, July 31st. Other than that, they're pushed back a bit. They've got some going out of New York, October 12th, which I don't know if that's really going to happen going out of New York since they still have so many issues. San Diego, September 18th. Miami, November 12th, and Galveston, November 20th. So, I mean, they're still pushing their first cruises pretty much far out, except for in Orlando. And then the other one that we heard from is Princess. Princess is still pushing theirs out as well. Their earliest that they're looking at is going to be in September. They've got cruises lined up to go out of both Canada, September 26th, and then LA, September 27th. And then for Fort Lauderdale, their first one is not until October 31st. So they're still pushing things back. But yeah, I mean, listen, I know everybody's been cooped up for so long. They're looking to get out, get on cruises, getting back to normal life, unless this is going to be our new normal, which everybody keeps saying. So, I mean, listen, I've always been a little bit of a germaphobe. You see in our cruise videos on what to pack, what to do, our tip videos, I'm always posting and preaching about sanitation. Bring your wipes, wipe down the knobs, and all the different things in the staterooms. Not that the stateroom people, they don't do a great job at cleaning, because they do. They're very efficient. But you know what? There's certain things that people just don't think about cleaning sometimes. The phone receivers, which, I mean, really, who uses the phone receivers in the cruise ships? Unless you're ordering pizza, of course. But yeah, I mean, you always want to do that. I really hope, the one thing that I always liked about on Royal Caribbean is when we go into the buffet lines, that they always had employees standing outside with hand sanitizer, and they made sure that any of the other passengers, they made sure that all of the passengers used hand sanitizer before entering, which I thought was a great policy, because like Carnival and some of the other cruise ships, they have hand sanitizer at the stations, but let's face it, you see all the time, people do not use them. And then of course you're touching the ladles and the spoons and everything else in the buffet area that other people are touching, and you don't know where their hands have been, or if they've been to the bathroom or whatever. So yeah, anyway, I'm not going to go off on a tangent, because yes, I am a germaphobe. But hopefully this has, really had them to heighten their procedures, which all of the cruise lines have said that they've really sat down and figured out, ways to keep their passengers safe, because they want everybody to get back out there and get cruising. So yeah, anyway, those are the latest dates of when the cruise ships are going out, depending on the lines. If you had a cruise ship scheduled, even if it's in the future, drop me a comment below. I'd like to know when you have it scheduled and who you're supposed to be sailing out with. Or if you've had any that have been canceled, let me know. Or if you are an avid cruiser, drop a couple lines. Let me know how you feel about when you might be comfortable with getting back to cruising. So, anyways, I hope this helps you guys out. And until next time, ciao for now.